Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of Never Onside. In this episode, we'll be looking forward to the 2023-24 season as we build a FPL squad, which will hopefully give us something to look forward to in the coming season. And also, this is what we love at the end of the day, making the team and making sure that you are well prepared for the first game week. And to an extent, last year, I think almost everyone did well in the first game week. And a lot of that comes down to us preparing really well for the season. So that's why this sort of episodes are very crucial, so that we test the waters in terms of how our teams are looking and what the community as a whole is looking like, how the team as a whole is looking like. So let's dive deep into the new season. Yeah, let's go, Mayur.
So let's start with the transfers. So, host, we have seen Arsenal. They went in very early in the transfer window and did the transfers. Declan Rice, Timber, Havertz. We have seen them play as well as of now. Rice hasn't been that good till now. What we expect from him, but Havertz and Timber definitely have definitely improved. And whatever we thought they would take time, or whatever their background was, considering Havertz, a lot of other fans were not very happy with the transfers, but I have seen a lot of positive points from Havertz as well. So you have seen those players play. Any thoughts?
Yeah. So basically, Havertz, the biggest doubt we had was where he was supposed to play. Will he play in the Saka position? Will he play as a number nine? Will he play against a team which is going to have like a high line, someone who can kind of running behind when required, which Jesus doesn't have the pace probably. So this is what we thought, but even in the first warm up that Arsenal had, he got a lot of banter because he couldn't finish the five crosses. And that was really hilarious. That is basically what the community does to you, how football treats you when you have just been transferred to a new side, and the expectations are really high. And we always knew that his finishing is not the best, but then if you look at him closely, he has scored some of the most crucial goals in the last year for Chelsea, in the last couple of years for Chelsea since he signed, even though as a whole he has not looked good. But I think in the correct system, he would actually return points and also score as well. So in that sense, I think Havertz is a great signing. It gives them more variety in terms of their number nine spot, which someone like last season, which they didn't have to an extent. So this does add to their squad. And from an FPL point of view, I'm not yet sure how much he's going to feature in our squads. Probably in parts like how you'd see Mahrez coming in and going last season. That is what I expect of Havertz once he settles into the side, and also the minutes that he'll get will decide a lot of it. And Declan Rice will for surely start once he's used to the system, and it really takes time to adjust to the team. And the one thing is that he is used to a lot, he knows a lot of those youngsters in the Arsenal side, and Arteta will make sure he settles in very quickly. Julian Timber is very young, a great prospect. Overall, a good window for Arsenal, and I don't think from an FPL point of view I would go anywhere close to these three players right now. But once I see them on the pitch, probably I'll make a decision.
Yes. And talking about not just FPL but complete Arsenal team as well, I feel a very strong team was, and last season we saw how they could compete with City. But the only major thing which I still think they are missing is a Saliba replacement. You have seen how important
Yeah.
Saliba is. When they played against you, Gabriel played as a center back, which generally Saliba might play when they are three at the back. So we saw how many mistakes Gabriel had, and both the goals which you scored were uh, like which came out of mistakes. So that is the only profile which might be the most problematic. We saw last season Saliba was injured. It had a bit of effect on their title charge as well. So that is the only one position I hope they can fill it in, so they can completely challenge City.
Definitely, definitely.
So let's move on to the next team, that is Chelsea. After doing a lot of sales and everything, they have got some decent talents, and we have seen already those talents coming in and playing and getting some goals. So, Jose, you saw their games? Any luck you saw?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I saw some of the games and really impressed by Jackson, how he holds up play, how he can even run in behind. He's very quick, very, very impressed. Reminds me of the good old Lukaku, which we had in Everton probably in his first spell. Strong, has pace, is never not afraid to shoot, can finish when required, and he and Nkunku should be a good bet for Chelsea, considering that the major issue they had last season was goal scoring, with the likes of Sterling, Aubameyang, Kai Havertz struggling to score goals. But these two look like they have an eye for goal. They can contribute with goals. Nkunku, we already knew that he has the pedigree to play in the Premier League. But I was really impressed with Jackson, and he looks to make the whole team tick when he plays.
And he looks hungry as well. I saw a clip yesterday when he scored the goal afterward, which was he was saying his teammates trust me more and give me the ball. So that is what it was seen as saying. So definitely he is loving that role which he is getting of scoring goals, and he is thriving on it. So definitely a good
Right.
window. Again, fullbacks are the only things which have been a concern for Chelsea in the past, and now defensively there are players, but they have to get it right. We have seen Colville has a huge demand in the market, and he would start. But again, Silva is the main head. Apart from it, players need to step up, and can they step up is the main thing. And Caicedo deal, Hose, have you seen about the Caicedo deal? 80
Yeah.
million given but rejected. So
Yeah.
if
So
Caicedo can,
I was speaking to one of my Chelsea fan. He said Brighton are such a bad club in the sense they had the audacity to bid 30 million for Caldwell, and they rejected their 80 million bid for Caicedo, which tells you a lot about Brighton, how shrewd they are. But yeah, Caicedo 80 million. I thought like they should have accepted it, right? I think they promised him that he would be sold next this season, but then I'm not sure what happened now. Considering 80 million is a good sum of money for Caicedo, right?
probably they know that there is a market for CDMs, like there are a limited number of CDMs, and they are trying to take the most advantage out of it, is what I feel. But again, yes, 80 million should have been accepted, but again, he's a top quality player. Now it seemed to be considering, let's see, Chelsea go for Caicedo or they go for Lavia. Again, one target which Liverpool has been going in and out for him. So let's see what happens with Chelsea. And apart from that, there are not many linked rumors as of now for Chelsea. So let's move on to the next team, that is Liverpool. Was in the past 3 4 days a lot of major outgoings from Liverpool. We knew they lacked players in midfield, and we were so happy at the start of the transfer window. They got in their two midfielders, and now you can see more midfielders leaving the pitch, leaving the club. Fabinho, who is supposed to leave, and Henderson, who has already left. So, how do you rate now the midfield, which was already a bit short?
I think they can't afford to lose both their starting midfielders. That is for sure. If you are competing on all fronts, you can't lose Fabinho as well. Henderson, yeah, it makes sense, but you can't lose one of your best players in the title-winning season. I can't wrap my head around the fact that they are open to selling him right now, because we already knew their midfield. was the only reason why they were struggling last year. And they need that engine which functions in the center of the park. That's the only thing that makes sure that their defense does well and also their attack does well. So I don't think they can win or compete on all fronts if they lose Fabinho. No chance.
Yes, yes, and we have seen Lavia is a very good talent, no doubt. But can he play those 60 odd games which a top team has to play when they are competing at all levels? And that too as a lone CDM. We have seen if he would have played as a low eight, I would have still given him the chance he could do that. He's a great talent, no doubt,
Mm,
but directly jumping from a Southampton team who are not who don't keep the ball much, they play on counter attack, and to a team
mm,
Liverpool who like to keep the ball and pass the ball. So
yeah,
definitely a big jump. Not sure again. I was very confident before these two departures about Liverpool competing for title probably at the end of the league, but now they need to get in a few more recruits in that position as well.
yeah.
Talking about
Another
recruits,
point about
yes,
yeah. Yeah, another point about Liverpool is that if you look at the players that have come back from injury, their attack is absolutely crazy. When you look at the fact that you have Darwin Nunes, you have Gapco, you have Jota, you have Salah, you have Diaz coming in. Those that is five players eyeing for probably three positions, and all five are starters to an extent. And you saw how Jota can absolutely destroy a team in the last preseason match. And Darwin Nunes and Salah seem to be combining really well with each other. So I saw a tweet by a Liverpool fan saying that this is the year where Darwin Nunes is going to score 20 plus goals in the Premier League. So fair play. Let's see how it goes. I'm sure this will be much better season for Liverpool. At least scoring goals won't be much of an issue if they can hold the midfield. You know, hold up the midfield, and attacking wise also we have seen that Alexander Arnold is playing in midfield right now. So that was something to monitor for us. Klopp did try that towards the end of last season, but this is something we'll be monitoring because even though he's 8 million, if he's playing in midfield, he is a fair shout. If Liverpool has a good midfield to back the fact that he has defensive frailties. So then that is what something we have to keep a track on because we can't ignore Liverpool like we did last season, probably.